Monday, 18th of November, Martin's Test Shaves. I'm going to do a luxury shave today. I just felt in the mood. So, first things first, a little complaint about this very wonderful wooden tub, which is the Truffiton Hill, St James, 1805 established, London. Luxury shaving soap. They can't get the dimensions right on the lid. It sticks to the soap until the soap is well worn down. I had to use a knife to get it out the box. However, a minor inconvenience. Right, let's just put on a little bit of pre-shave. This is the people's pre-shave. And I've got to say, I've never gone much on pre-shave oils and other things. I think if you've got a reasonably good quality soap like this, should be enough. Anyway, this is quite a few days of stubble, and I'm going to show you in 2 seconds time what the luxury shave and a luxury razor is all about. That'll do. While that soaks in, I shall dry my fingers and I'll show you the razor of the day, which is, first of all, let me show you the wonderful box. This is a new old stock Iberia. And Iberia, one of the triumvirates of the Spanish razor world. There was obviously our favourite, which is the Phillies, which were and still are the best in the world. The Palmeras, which tie, but these are the sort of luxury high end. This one came from Spain. It came with all its original papers. And as you can see, even has the original greaseproof paper wrapping. You won't get one of these cheap. They're not a cheap razor, but just look at the quality. Da, 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 da. Now that is a true 14. It's a big deep blade, got a big thick spine. It's got 14 with Iberia stamped on it. And it even says, which is rather encouraging, temple subzero. So that is very much at the keeping of the top end of the Philharmonicas. But of course, the subzero means it's quenched in icy water. And there is a noticeable difference between top end Spanish blades and anybody else's. They are the best in the world. However, that's just my opinion. So there you go, there's an Iberia, and I'm going to shave with this today. I bought it in 2022. It's got the Bassett SA, made in Spain. So these aren't early razors. This is probably 70s, early 80s, but it's still over 40 years old and absolutely pristine. So lucky me. Anyway, you've seen the box, you've seen the razor, you've seen the soap. Let's get a lather up and see how it performs. The reason I don't use my top end razors very much is I'd like to think I'm holding them in sort of keeping, safekeeping for future generations. None of my family, I haven't got any kids, but eventually these will go on the market. And some lucky devil is going to have one of these for my collection. Anyway, that's for the future. At the moment, I'm going to luxuriate now today. I have a really first-rate shave. Let me just speak about this lather. I don't know, I'm not an expert on lathers, guys. I'm a steel person. But this is a nice lather. Very gentle aroma. Very gentle. I can't even say whether it's flowery or not, but it's very pleasant. Truffiton Hill is obviously a well-established name, but I don't go a lot on soaps. The best so far for me is out of the USA. I very much enjoy the wonderful aromas and the wonderful slick feel we get. I'll show you in a sec. 2 seconds. We get from Eric's soaps, but I'm not going to use Eric's today just to give you an example, the Cajun blade, absolutely wonderful. Floret de pins, I used that last time, first rate. Doesn't dry out. Let's see if this one does. It's only just gone on. I do hate a drying lather. Drying lather's horrendous. Right, we're ready. So, I've only shaved with this, I think, maybe twice. When it originally arrived, it had the factory edge, and like all factory edges, wrapped in its original paper, it wasn't particularly good. Factory edges never are. But I improved it. Because that was a long time ago. Very crisp. Oh yeah, that's very crisp. This is quite a few days of stubble. I'm following in the footsteps of Gary, which is give yourself a break. Give yourself a few days to grow a very thick stubble. And this is a thick stubble, blimey. Yeah. And it don't care. But you can hear the way it's struggling. It's not stalling, it's just struggling because of the fact that is quite old stubble. And it's been a few days. So in fact, what I'm going to do... No, it's not drying. I've got to say that Truffet and Hill's pretty good stuff. Let's go quickly on the other side and just see. Yeah, terrible lighting in here today. Autumn is not my favourite time of year. I loathe the dark days. I can't even see what I'm doing. I'm feeling what I'm doing. I can't see what I'm doing. Any other rays would probably be as good on this length of stubble. This is a horrendous amount of stubble. Shouldn't really go this long. Ye gods. I'll do another test another day with an equal amount of stubble, but with perhaps a German razor. Only the top end luxury won't beat the Spanish razors. But a good Puma, especially an early Puma, will equal them. Obviously there are many, many other very, very fine makes out there. Well, that's a first pass. Can you hear that struggle? I mean, that is actually struggling. I don't know why. It shouldn't have done, should it? And the edge is fine, but who knows? Yeah, that's good. But it's fighting me. I can't imagine why. However, let's put a bit more lather on, do a second pass. In fact, what I should do on another day, I should have done it today, do forgive me. What I should have done was tried this Iberia against perhaps a Philly 14. And even better, I have got a couple of extremely old Palmeras in mint condition. And I might have to give them a go as a comparison. I think that'd probably do. Not a lot to say today, chaps. I've been doing other things with my time. I met my Russian colleague. He lives in England, but he came from Russia. Did a little tiny bit of business with him. Had a bit of a ruckus with a girlfriend, only she thinks my latest athletic occupation, which is Balearic slinging, in other words the shepherd sling, she thinks, and now I understand, she thinks it's childish. Well, cultures differ, my love. And in England, we are longbow people. We didn't really use slings. Whereas in the North Africa and the Balearics and Spain and around, slings still were very, very popular. But the confusion lies in the fact that children, I mean, my good friend Hisham, my barber, he is from Morocco, and he remembers having boyhood fights with the next tribe or the next village using slings, lethal little sods. Anyway, hence why the lovely girlfriend has been getting some stick from the family and others saying, what is this bloke doing? Playing with slings. I'm not bloody playing with slings. It's an international competition. It takes a great deal of skill to learn how to use a shepherd's sling. Anyway, enough about that. Hopefully, we'll mutually forgive each other. But cultures differ a lot, and people's perceptions of what is and what isn't manly. I mean, a lot of people think football's manly. Can you imagine? Yeah, they think football is manly. Oh, God. Anyway, this is better. Yeah, this is cool. Precision and manliness. Wow, that is really good. When I was a very little boy, I sit with my grandfather and watch football on the TV. And even then, I had to say, why when they fall over do they start crying? Why do they start kissing each other? Are they gay? And he says, no, he says it's for money. I said, oh, whatever. Anyway, watching teenaged footballers who are all millionaires laying on their backs kicking and screaming because somebody touched them. Yeah, really? Anyway, excuse my slight bias. That's really nice. It's a very good trimmer as well. I rather prefer square-ended, square-nosed razors because you can get in really well and trim. But you can with any razor. Oh, that's so sweet. It's really nice. Well, that's me done. I hope you enjoyed this, chaps. I did. I enjoyed it enormously. I've only used this twice. I paid an awful lot of money for it. Back in 2022. And since then the world has changed. Not probably for the better. However, I just feel like giving 1/3 pass just for the sake of it. Look at that. Now that is just lovely. You can hear it more than I can feel it. Yeah. So, razors, Iberia. Absolutely top end. Probably equal to Philharmonica, though that's a hard one. And Palmera. So they're the three best. What I'll do is I'll do a comparison shave next time when I've got more time. And we'll see if I can detect any real differences. But at the moment, I'm in heaven. Right, I'm going to have some breakfast. And it's going to rain this afternoon. We are in England. So I'm going to go out and annoy my girlfriend by doing some practice slinging in the nearby basketball court. But within a week, I've gone from being fairly pathetic to being able to sink a tennis ball into the wire mesh of the basketball court, which I'm quite proud of. Anyway, how about that, chaps? I'm going to put this beautiful creature back. Do remember, guys, I've always said this, but I'm going to reinforce it. I mean, I'm speaking to the converted, I know, but always keep one of these with you. It's a pipe cleaner, just in case you've got any lather at all inside the scales. Because sometimes with white scales and white lather, you might have got some in there. And you do not put a carbon blade back like that into scales which are damp. So the other thing is a very light, this hardly needs it. In fact, I gave it just a couple of cursory strops on leather. I will give it a couple more because it helps dry the edge. And that will be all you need to do with a good straight razor. And for goodness sake, you're in charge of a very precious object. Since the world went all pansified in the 1980s and said, no, you're all going to die if you use a straight razor. Oh no. Yeah, really? As I've said many times before, they forced a lot of the manufacturers from making these beautiful, beautiful creatures and forced us all into using disposable blades. And I mean, how about this, the logic? You use a disposable blade in a barber shop, but you use the same brush on the next customer. But that can't contaminate anything, can it? Anyway, that's your modern world for you. So, chaps, there you have it. Probably one of the best razors ever made. An absolutely mint, NOS new old stock. Iberia 14, which I'm a very proud owner of. I should put that down. I shall now just check if I've missed anywhere, which I probably have, but I don't think so. No. That's really good. They are from derelict to strange obsessive with just one simple shave. Anyway, chaps, thanks so much for subscribing. We've just gone over 600, so I must be doing something right. All I do is steel and shaving. That's it. Martin's Test Shaves, over and out.